Spoiler alert, you can make delicious brownies without any flour and that are nutritionally dense and good for you. So when you make these, be careful. Don't tell your family what's in them. They don't need to know. All right. Hey, OJ, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Are you ready to make some brownies today?
Yes, I'm ready. I love
Okay.
brownies.
All right. Yeah, a lot of people like brownies. Chocolatey good. So we're going to make with some secret ingredients that will boost the nutrient level. And a lot of people are trying to cut down on their sugar. With these ones, you don't need to worry because we're not using refined sugar in our dates today. And they're super simple to make. All we need is our food processor. Okay,
Wow.
so we are the Daily Energy Bite Show, the Deb Show. We are on at 2 o'clock every weekday. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. All right, ready to go, OJ?
Yes, I'm ready.
We have our food processor here.
Okay.
We are going to start with
Yeah.
a spatula. And our first ingredient, the secret ingredient, is black beans. So this is a can of black beans. I've washed them and rinsed them and drained them and put them ready to go. So the beans are high in protein and high in fiber, and they will aid in digestion for you. And also, they're rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. So they have folate, magnesium, potassium, and so they really are supporting our overall health. So it's a good start to our brownies. We are going to add in some cacao powder. So we've got this is when you're buying cacao powder, make sure that you're looking for free trade cacao. The chocolate industry has had issues with corruption, and so you want to make sure that you're getting something that's fair trade, and you're not buying and supporting a brand that's using child labor or any other things that they shouldn't be doing. So be careful and make sure you're getting good free trade cacao. All right, so cacao is actually good for you. So when we have chocolate, like in chocolate bars, milk chocolate, they have taken the chocolate and added all sorts of waxes and fillers and sugars and stuff to it. So they aren't that they aren't good for you. All right, somebody just got off.
Okay.
Give me a second.
All right.
When you're live.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our cacao. It's actually packed with antioxidants, which help to reduce inflammation, and they're good for heart health. They contain flavonoids, which have been linked to improved brain function. When you're eating that cacao powder, when you're getting that in, you're actually getting in good nutrients. So chocolate in this form is good for you. All right. And our sweetener that we're using today is medjool base. What I've done is I've soaked these for just a little, maybe 15 minutes in hot water, just to soften them up so they're easier to blend in and it's easier to take the pits out. So make sure you get all of the pits out because I know what it's like when you don't. And you kind of have to throw your recipe away because the pits are in there. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Just saying. I did a smoothie one time and one of the pits was in there. And that smoothie was gonzo. I couldn't drink it. Okay, so dates are a natural sweetener and they are high in fiber. They also are rich in vitamins and minerals, particularly vitamin B6, potassium, and magnesium. Now, the thing with dates, they're very sweet, but they don't raise your blood sugar. They're lower on the glycemic index. So these are actually a really great option to process sugar. So we've got nutrient dense dates. Gonna add in our sugar. So I used about 12 dates. If you like it a little less sweet, you can cut back on the dates. If you like it more on the sweet side, you can add a couple of dates. No problem there. And then
Yeah.
yum. So instead of adding in some oil, we're actually going to add in an avocado. So I've got my avocado here, and I love opening up an avocado to see it being like fresh and really ripe and green. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Because
Me too.
when you're opening up an avocado, you never know what you're going to get.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So one way to kind of make sure that you're getting fresh avocados and they're not already turned oxidized and turned black and stuff is to look on the end where the stem is. Make sure that there's a little butt. So I've got my avocado right where the stem is here. As if there's
Okay.
no stem there, the air can get in. If the stem is there, just a little bit of stem, then it's sealed from the air and it will stay longer. Now, what I found is if your stem is a little too long, I've had that where I buy it and the stem sticks out a bit, that ends up breaking off and I lose the whole stem. So just a tiny piece of stem is all you need. And then we're going to add in some baking powder and baking soda. So those are leavening agents. So it gives us a little bit of lift to our brownies. Not a lot, but a little bit. So we've got those in there. And then we're going to add a touch of apple cider vinegar. So that's kind of an activating agent, or gives a little to your baking soda and baking powder. I'm going to add in just a tablespoon there. And then I have some plant-based milk. Not a lot, just a couple of tablespoons. I'm going to add in here. I'll get it right in. All right. And then I'm going to add in 2 flaxseed eggs. So to make a flaxseed egg, they're great for baking. All you do is take 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 2 tablespoons of water, and you kind of mix them together. So this is 2 tablespoons of flaxseed and 4 tablespoons of 6 tablespoons of water, because it's one flaxseed to 2 water. Okay, so if you buy your flaxseed already ground up, make sure you store it in the freezer. The flax seeds are high in fiber, but they're also high in omega-3 fatty acids, which is great for us. It's great for our health. But it also can go rancid very quickly. And so you can either buy the flaxseed whole, and if you buy them whole, you can't digest them. So you need to grind them up. And you could just grind them up. Actually, you could grind them up in your Vitamix. You can grind them in a coffee maker. So what I had, but I gave it to one of my kids, is a coffee grinder that I use just for the flaxseed, and it works perfectly. But if you buy a package of flaxseed, make sure it goes in the freezer right away. But that's kind of a convenience. And we have a couple other nice ingredients, but we're gonna mix this up first before we add in our chocolate and our walnuts. All right, so let's go. We're gonna just mix this all up. Can you hear me okay, OJ? All right. So when it first started, I don't think you can see it. It was kind of balling up and kind of moving slowly. But as it mixed in, it started to spread out and kind of be, uh, you can tell it's kind of moving around very nicely. So I'm happy with this now. So when you see it balling up, just keep going. Eventually, it'll be spread out and uniform across your food processor. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some chocolate. So if you have chocolate chips, you can use chocolate chips, and if you make sure they're vegan though, and you can buy them, or what I've got here, and some of them melted, but that's okay. It'll be nice and smooth. You can add in some. What I did is I cut up a chocolate bar, and I'm just going to do a plug. So I did in September, I did a summit called the Proven Cancer Strategies Reveal. And we talked about how you can heal the body with plant-based nutrients. And this Gideo, if you see that, they were a sponsor. So I have some leftover chocolate that I'm using. This one has mint in it, so my brownies are going to have a little bit of a mint flavor. And all I did is I just chopped it up with my knife. So that's another alternative if you don't find chocolate chips. And then I'm going to add some walnuts. So I have a little bit of walnuts. So walnuts are also a really good omega-3 antioxidant. And walnuts kind of look like a brain. If you look at them, a whole walnut.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're good for brain health. That's
Awesome.
the connection to them. And they're also good fiber, antioxidant, all of that. And so when I add this, I don't want to mix this in. I want them to be a little bit chunky. So you could actually just mix it with a spoon. I'm being lazy and I'm just going to pulse it a couple of times. And that way I still have walnut chunks and a little bit of chocolate chunks. So I'm just going to incorporate it like literally less than 10 pulses of my food processor. That's it. Now we have brownie mix.
Yay.
Super simple, OJ?
Yes, that's so easy.
Yeah.
Didn't take so long at all.
Nope. So I'm going to I've got a baking dish and it's lined here with parchment paper. I want to just be able to lift it out. And all I'm going to do is put brownie mix on the parchment paper with my baking dish. I'm going to watch my blade coming out here. Be careful, these blades are very, very sharp. I'm always leery of them. I take it out here. And I'm just going to put it on the side. Get rid of it. And then I can finish putting in my mixture into my baking dish. Now these brownies will be on the soft side. As you notice, they don't have any flour in them.
Yeah.
So they're a bit on the soft. They're like the fudgy brownies, not the kind of harder baked ones. Kind of cakey brownies. They're more of a fudgy brownie. Works for me. And all I'm going to do is spread it out on my parchment paper in the baking dish. So it's an even. Oh, I can see my chunks of walnuts on the top. And if you wanted, I'm not doing it, but you could add some chocolate chips or chocolate on top if you wanted to do that. That would be kind of cool. But I'm okay. I don't need it more chocolatey than it is. So let me just try and show you a little bit. You see that it's
Yeah, I can see it. It looks good.
and you know the cleanup is so easy because you bake it in the oven at 350 for about 35 minutes or so. And if
Okay.
once the top is hard and you see it separating around off the edges, then
Yeah.
it's done. And if you want it more cakey, you probably have to do it a little longer.
Okay.
But you can play around with that part. And then it will pop off of the parchment paper and very easy cleanup. So all you
Yeah.
have to clean up is your food processor and your bowls. And that's it. And you got a nice nutrient dense brownie. And don't tell your family what's in them. Just let them eat
Yeah.
them. All right. So here is some brownies that I already made up. So this is the brownies here. You can see they're already made.
Yeah. I
And
can
I
see
have
that.
a nice brownie here. Oh, I got the walnut.
Wow.
And
That must be yummy.
it is. I'm not a big chocolate fan, but I like this. And it's not too
Wow.
sweet either. And I'm talking with
That's
my
what.
mouth full. Mm-mm. So easy to make. Then I would suggest,
Yes.
if they don't go in the first couple of days, to put them in the fridge, because of the stuff. I would put them in the fridge instead of leaving them out on the counter for sure. So, and then, if you want to warm them up, you can just pop them in the oven. Be great
Yeah.
with a cup of tea. Mm.
Mm,
OJ,
that's
any questions?
interesting. Okay. Can I decide to put cashew nuts instead of walnuts?
Sure.
Okay.
You could put any nut you want in there, whatever you
I could
think
put
goes with
I
the
could put
chocolate.
peanuts as well.
Sure.
Can
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
put peanuts?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. You could put whatever nuts you want in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Be creative. I love that.
Yeah,
Oh, I would love the cashews. That's one of my favorite nuts is cashews. So
that's
yeah,
right.
those are taste really super good. Any
Okay.
other questions?
I think that's all for now.
All right.
I want to go
Well,
try out my brownie.
okay. I want to hear. I want to report on how your brownies are.
Okay, no problem. I will.
And so that's it for today's Deb Show. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, a DM, or leave a comment for me, and I'd love to get back to you. If you have any suggestions for future shows, a topic you'd like me to cover, please let me know. Anything on the line of plant-based foods and mindset mastery, I'm happy to try and tackle the subject. And apart from that, we're on 2 p.m. Weekdays, Eastern Standard Time, live. So you can join us tomorrow. Oh, it's not tomorrow. You can join us on Monday. It's Valentine's week, and we are going to be talking about love and relationships next week. All right.
Yay!
So have a great weekend. Enjoy, and we will see you next week for Valentine's week.
All
Bye, everyone.
right, take care. Bye.